Alex out there, and she's so gracious to all her fans. She spends time with her fans, signs the autographs, takes the photos.
Alex Eala hadn't even played a single competitive point in Washington, yet she was already stealing the spotlight. Long before her opening match, the loudest cheers at the Mubadala DC Open weren't coming from center court, they were coming from practice court 3. What was supposed to be a routine 1-hour practice session with American Ashlyn Kruger quickly turned into one of the biggest attractions of the weekend. As Alex stepped onto the court, Filipino fans gathered along the fences with flags, cameras, and homemade signs. By the end of the session, the crowd had grown even larger. Instead of leaving immediately, Alex stayed behind to meet her supporters. She smiled, signed autographs, posed for photos, and spent time with as many fans as possible. It wasn't just another practice, it became a memorable moment for everyone who had traveled to see her. The incredible part is that none of this happened during a match. Thousands of fans were excited simply to watch Alex warm up. That alone says everything about how quickly her popularity has grown around the world. To understand why Washington welcomed her like a superstar, you have to look at the incredible momentum she carried into the tournament. Just days earlier, Alex had completed the best stretch of her professional career. She won the Birmingham grass court title, reached the semifinals in Berlin, and made history with an unforgettable run to the 4th round at Wimbledon. Those performances pushed her to a career-high WTA ranking of number 29 and established her as one of the fastest-rising players in women's tennis. When she arrived in Washington, tournament organizers treated her practice session like any other. She was assigned to practice court 3 instead of one of the main stadium courts. On paper, it looked like a routine schedule. In reality, it became one of the busiest locations at the tournament. The organizers may have underestimated just how powerful Alex Eala's fan base has become. The Washington area is home to a large Filipino community, and supporters traveled from Maryland, Virginia, and neighboring states just to see her in person. Some drove for hours not to watch a championship match, but simply to watch 1 hour of practice. Think about that for a moment. Families rearranged their weekend plans, spent hours on the road, and stood in the summer heat outside a practice court because they wanted to support a young player who has become a source of national pride. That goes beyond ordinary sports fandom. It shows the emotional connection Alex has built with people who see her as more than just a tennis player. Veteran Philippine sports journalist Diane Castillejo captured the atmosphere, showing long lines of fans waiting patiently for the chance to meet Alex after practice. Soon afterward, ANC alerts reported that Filipinos from Washington and neighboring states had flocked to the DC Open simply to watch her training session. A national news outlet turned a practice session into headline news, something that rarely happens in professional tennis. This wasn't an isolated moment. Similar scenes have followed Alex throughout her recent rise. Fans packed the stands in Melbourne, crowds gathered in Miami, hundreds welcomed her home after Wimbledon. Now Washington had become the latest stop on what is quickly becoming a global phenomenon. Every tournament seems to bring larger crowds and even greater excitement. The support continues to grow with every victory and every milestone. One of the strongest signals of Alex's growing reputation came from someone who needs no introduction, Venus Williams. Earlier this year, Venus chose Alex as her doubles partner, and the pair were expected to reunite in Washington. Although Alex later withdrew from the doubles event for reasons that have not been publicly explained, both players still shared the practice courts during the tournament. Watching a 7-time Grand Slam singles champion practice alongside one of the sport's brightest young stars sent a powerful message. Venus Williams has spent decades competing with the greatest players in tennis history, and her willingness to share the court with Alex speaks volumes about the respect she has earned. Away from the courts, another story was beginning to attract attention. Reports from ticket resale platforms suggested that demand for DC Open tickets increased significantly after Alex entered the draw. While tournament officials have not officially confirmed those resale figures, many observers noticed that ticket prices on secondary markets climbed well above the tournament's original starting prices. Whether those numbers continue to rise or not, one thing is clear: Alex Eala is attracting fans in remarkable numbers. For a country that has never produced a WTA singles champion, that level of influence is extraordinary. And Washington may only be the beginning. After the DC Open, Alex is scheduled to compete in back-to-back WTA 1000 tournaments before heading to the US Open. Those events offer bigger stages, larger crowds, and even more opportunities for Filipino fans to rally behind their rising star. If the excitement seen in Washington carries over to Toronto, Cincinnati, and eventually New York, the tennis world could witness something truly special. Alex isn't just climbing the rankings. She is introducing millions of new fans to women's tennis and expanding the sport's reach in Southeast Asia and beyond. Even after withdrawing from doubles, she never lost sight of the people who came to support her. She practiced with intensity, greeted her fans afterward, signed autographs, posed for photos, and made every interaction feel personal. Those moments have become a defining part of her journey and help explain why her fan base continues to grow so rapidly. Now all eyes turn to her opening singles match. Standing on the other side of the net is Olympic gold medalist and former world number 4 Qinwen Zheng, one of the toughest opponents Alex could face in the first round. It is another major test, but after everything Alex has achieved over the past few months, fans believe she is capable of producing yet another unforgettable performance. If she can get past Zheng, another exciting challenge could be waiting in the next round. Every match from this point forward feels like another opportunity for Alex to prove that her recent success is no coincidence. The momentum is real, the confidence is growing, and the tennis world is paying attention. Whether you're a longtime supporter or you've only recently discovered her incredible journey, one thing is becoming impossible to ignore. Alex Eala is changing the conversation in women's tennis. Now it's your turn to join the discussion. Do you think Alex can defeat Qinwen Zheng? How far do you believe she will go in Washington? Share your predictions in the comments below, and if you've been following her incredible rise from Birmingham to Berlin, Wimbledon, and now Washington, don't forget to subscribe because this story is only getting started. Before Alex Eala even played her first match at the Mubadala DC Open, she had already become one of the biggest attractions of the tournament. While most players quietly go through their practice sessions, Alex's appearance on practice court 3 drew an incredible crowd of Filipino fans eager to catch a glimpse of their rising tennis star. Flags waved proudly, cameras filled the air, and the atmosphere felt more like a championship match than a routine warm-up. What made the moment even more special was what happened after practice. Instead of heading straight back to the locker room, Alex stayed to meet her supporters. She patiently signed autographs, posed for countless photos, and thanked fans who had traveled from different states just to see her play. That simple gesture reminded everyone why her popularity continues to grow both on and off the court. Alex arrived in Washington with tremendous momentum. After winning the Birmingham title, reaching the Berlin semifinals, and making a historic run to the 4th round at Wimbledon, she climbed to a career-high ranking of world number 29. Every tournament has added more confidence to her game and more excitement around her remarkable journey. The growing support isn't limited to the Philippines anymore. Filipino communities across the United States have embraced Alex as a symbol of pride, turning every tournament into what feels like a home event. Reports of increased ticket demand in Washington only added to the excitement, showing that her influence is becoming impossible to ignore. Adding even more attention to the tournament was her connection with tennis legend Venus Williams. Although Alex withdrew from the doubles competition, the sight of both players practicing together highlighted the respect she has earned from one of the greatest champions in the history of the sport. Moments like these show just how far Alex has come in such a short time. Now the focus shifts to her opening singles match against Olympic gold medalist and former world number 4 Qinwen Zheng. It is one of the toughest challenges she could face, but Alex has already shown that she can compete with the best players in the world. With confidence, momentum, and an army of passionate supporters behind her, another upset may be within reach. One thing is certain, Alex Eala isn't just rising through the rankings, she's inspiring a new generation of tennis fans and proving that the future of women's tennis has a bright new star. Every tournament feels bigger, every crowd grows louder, and her incredible journey is only just beginning.